Aquatic Center in Minneapolis. The Big Ten Men's Swimming and Diving Championship continues. Tom Hart alongside Mike O'Brien in time now for the 200-yard butterfly. Here's a look at the lane assignments. Richard Bryant and Scott Tanner from Indiana. In fact, 3 of the final 8 are from Indiana, including Murph Halasz. He's in lane 4. Notice just 1 Golden Gopher in this final. Lucas Peterson from Minnesota is in lane 8. And this is a big event for the Hoosiers that they want to climb back into contention before we move further. Davis Tarwater, a junior from Knoxville, Tennessee, Webb School. He finished 4th in the 200-meter butterfly in the Olympic trials this summer.
And, you know, Davis Tarwater this morning kind of had an easy swim. I think he's sort of a little stealth on it this morning because he had even splits. I think he felt good, but didn't push it too much. Saved a lot for the evening.
And here's a look at Murph Halasz, first-team Big Ten last year. He bettered his own school record here in this event, the 200-yard butterfly. His strategy, a strong finish.
My specialty is kicking underwater, so if I can stay under for more than half the race, I do better. So in the morning, I kick out a lot and just kind of relax and keep my stroke long. And then at night, I just go with whoever's with me and then try to stay with them. And then in the last 50, try to stay under longer and hopefully win.
And Halasz blew away the field in the prelims by 3 seconds. And Halasz off to a good start here. You saw him stay underwater for a good portion of the start here in the 200-yard fly.
Well, even though there's another Vanderkaay brother in the mix here in lane 5, Alex Vanderkaay, who's a freshman from Michigan, I think this is going to be a 2-swimmer race in the middle of the pool with Davis Tarwater and Murph Halasz.
Tarwater hits the wall first, Halasz right behind him. Tarwater in lane 3 towards the top of your screen. The maize cap and Halasz below him for Indiana in the white cap. It looks like Scott Tanner from Indiana up in lane 2 is having a strong race as well. Tarwater starting to pull ahead.
Now, I talked about earlier how Tarwater in the prelims really took it kind of easy, and I think we're starting to see that energy reserve here. The question in a 200 fly is, can he maintain this kind of pace? It's possible that he could crash and burn if he goes out too fast, but he looks very strong now going into the second 100.
The American record belongs to Michael Phelps. That's also the U.S. Open record. And from Tarwater's hometown in Knoxville, the NCAA record, 141.78. That belongs to Melvin Stewart, set in 1991. And there's a head-on look at Davis Tarwater from Michigan.
Well, with a 50 to go, I think Tarwater really looks strong here. I think Halasz is trying his best. He's trying to use an underwater kick as much as he can, but you know what? He's starting to tighten up on the upper body.
And Vanderkaay from Michigan in 3rd. He's looking to overtake Halasz if possible. The Golden Gophers would love that. Trying to kick Indiana out of some of the top spots. Davis Tarwater from Michigan running away with this one.
Well, the Big Ten record he set last year was 143.26.
And he finishes in 1st at 144.03. And tight finishes as the Hoosiers fall off in what should have been a big event for them. And that is a pool record for Davis Tarwater of Michigan.
Tarwater here on the last length, looking very strong. Breathing every stroke. He needs that oxygen. This is that grueling race, but comes in for a real strong finish just off his record time.
So Davis Tarwater with another win, this time in the 200 fly, goes with a 2nd place finish in the 100 fly and 3rd in the 500 free. A fantastic meet for Tarwater. And Michigan has posted 3 of the top 5 times in the 200 butterfly this year. And Tarwater with a pool record here in the University Aquatic Center. The big issue, though, the finishing of Indiana. They came in with 3 of the 8 finalists. Halasz seemed to fall off, as did Tanner and Bryant towards the tail end.
Interestingly enough, looking at Tarwater there, you notice that his face isn't shaved, and I have a suspicion that these Michigan swimmers mentally are still pointing towards the NCAAs and really looking to finish big there. And you can tell when you see things like that. It's just a little indication you're leaving a little extra for the NCAAs to shave off.
And here's a look at the 2nd place finish. It's Halasz and Vanderkaay coming down to the final 15 meters or so. Halasz in the IU cap.
And you can see Halasz, real short strokes there. That's an indication that his upper body has really had it. It's a grueling race, you know, and after 200 yards, you sincerely feel it.
And take a look at the final results. Tarwater with 20 points for Michigan with the win. Check out the Indiana scores. Murph Halasz in second place for 17 points. Richard Bryant in fourth, good for 15, but Scott Tanner fell off a bit. Missed a point as he was passed by Blake Scholz towards the end. Lucas Peterson of the Golden Gophers with a dozen. And Zayd Ma of Michigan finishes in eighth with 11. So here's an updated team standings look. Minnesota has seen its lead shrink. The Hoosiers picked up 28 points in that one event alone. 54 points behind the Golden Gophers with diving. Indiana's strength up next in a relay still to follow. Michigan has increased its lead on Northwestern, standing in fourth. Purdue, Ohio State, Penn State, and then the bottom third, Wisconsin, Michigan State, and Iowa. The Hoosiers' strength, diving, coming up next. That's why they call it swimming and diving. We go to the platform after this from the University Aquatic Center in Minneapolis.